Alaikum dear student. Assalamu alaikum dear student. Hope you would be fine and doing your studies well. Today we have to start with another lecture, air travel, which is in your English text. Air travel. Basically this lesson is based on the general knowledge, which is also important for your GK. So air travel. We have to start with air travel. Air travel is as common today as bus or train. Travel was in the past through people with much money can make use of it easily. Like many other great inventions and scientific development, it is much connected with our preparation. Actually, air travel is as common nowadays it is common as bus or train. We are traveling through it nowadays. We are also traveling through aeroplanes easily. We can go from one city to another city, one country to another country within a time, and it is also not wastage of money, but we are saving our time. So as I told you that it is a great invention by scientific development. First, actually, aeroplanes were used in the war preparation. The first plane used in the Great Wars later came into civilian use. As I told you that first of all, aeroplanes were used for the purpose of wars. It was utilized in the wars. Later on, when it had become common, then common people can use it for traveling. As I told you that as a first line, that it is as common like bus or trains. The fast planes used in the Great Wars later came into civilian use. Civilians means common people. The history of air travel and of aeroplanes is both interesting and exciting. Now they are telling about the history of aeroplanes. That is interesting and exciting as well. Now they are telling that who is the founder of aeroplane, who made it, how made it possible to make aeroplanes. The first man to fly was Pilate de Rosa, a Frenchman. He's a Frenchman, okay? He went up in a hot air balloon in 1873. 10 days after him, two other Frenchmen flew in a balloon filled with hydrogen. Actually, Pilate de Rosa in 1873 he went hot air balloon, and after the 10 years two other people also went in the balloon that is filled with hydrogen only. Later, Gifford, a Frenchman, used a steam engine in an airship in 1882. In 1873, that was a hot air balloon, and another scientist, Gifford, who used a steam engine in airship. His airship was lighter than air. Its speed was 5 miles an hour and was disturbed by the moving air. In 1884, the French engineers Renard and Krebs flew an airship by an electric motor at a speed of 13 miles an hour. Again, two French scientists, engineers Renard and Krebs flew airship with the help of electric motor, and its speed is 13 miles an hour. Two engineers Renard and Krebs who used electric motor, okay, and its speed is 13 miles an hour. Otto and other German invented the internal combustion engine inside with the air burns that is used in the car. Actually, Otto is another German whose internal combustion engine that is ignited fire or burns the fire that is used in the cars. At first, coal gas and then petrol was used in it. First of all, they use coal gas and then petrol. Germany used this petrol engine in airship that comboed London during the First World War. In the 1930s, different countries stopped using the airship after several accidents. Actually, Germany used it, as I told you, for the war purpose. Later on in 1930s, most of the countries stopped to use it because lots of accidents took place. Afterwards, Langley and the Wright brothers in America used the petrol engine in aeroplanes. Both the scientists and Langley and Wright, these both are brothers in America, they tried to use the petrol engine in aeroplane. Aeroplanes were heavier than air. Blériot, a Frenchman, flew his aeroplane across the English Channel in 1909. Still, the aeroplane was not safe and much useful. Again, a Frenchman, Blériot, flew his aeroplane across the English Channel, but they were not satisfied and it was not safe and not that much useful. Still, after lots of struggle. Basically, aircraft were used for reconnaissance. What does it mean? Reconnaissance. Inspection of enemy position. As I told you that first of all, aircrafts or aeroplanes were used for the purpose of wars, and the word which is used over here, it means that the fighter plane was built to shoot down the reconnaissance or other planes of the enemy. The fighter planes fly at a great height and high speed because actually they are using it in order to aim at the enemy where he was hiding. Therefore, for getting the enemy's position they were using aircraft. Thus, Germany and other countries started using the aeroplane for bombing and fighting in the air, as I earlier told you. Later, large planes were built to carry passengers, mail, and things. After the First World War, regular air services between London, Paris, and across the Atlantic. Actually, after they using it for the fight purpose, for the war purpose, later on they used large planes for utilizing for the passengers, for the civilians, for the common people. And as I told you that after First World War, it was between London and across Atlantic. Later, jet engines came to be used in the aeroplanes. Aeroplanes then could travel at high speed over 4,000 miles without stopping. The fighter aeroplanes can now fly at over 3,000 miles an hour. More than the speed of sound, at supersonic speeds. The radar was used to guide aeroplanes in all kinds of weather. Both the radar and the jet engine were invented during the Second World War. The radar, as I told you about the invention of radar in the previous lesson, the miracle of radio over there, how it invented, who invented it, for what purpose, and how all the travel things I told you about the radar. So dear students, hope you understand this lesson, aeroplane, aircraft and all these things, travel things. Again, I am telling you the miracle of radio, the previous lesson as the current lesson is full of general knowledge. It can enhance your knowledge, GK. You can memorize the years, name of engineers, whosoever made radar, TV, aircrafts. That is, both chapters, both lessons are knowledgeable. Please do research, do study, do hard work in order to bright your future. And if you do not understand it, so you may comment over there, but make sure I would not teach you English in Urdu, because English is English. It can be taught in English, not in any other language, not in Urdu, Pashto, Sindhi. English in English. Hope you understand it. And I did not get any assignment so far. This is my fourth lecture or fifth lecture, but I did not get any assignments so far. Make sure, make assignments, do research, and if you feel any problem, I will make you understand, not 10 times, not 100 times. I will make you understand 1,000 times, but I want response, so that I would understand that my students are watching my lectures as well as understand it. Please make sure, make assignments, do hard work for your bright and colorful future. Thank you so much. See you with another lecture. Thank you. Take care. Allah Hafiz.